Hi, this is Sylvia, and I wanted to talk to you about something that I've been thinking about regarding perfectionism. And I want to just say that I am a recovering perfectionist. I am someone who used to want to do things perfectly most of the time and felt very uncomfortable when I felt like I wasn't doing it well. Hi, it's good to see you. And I want to just say hello. Thanks for watching. I'm having trouble seeing. Hi, Don. Hi, Vibeke. I hope I'm saying your name right. But I want to just say around perfectionism that there are some reasons why I no longer try to be perfect. And I want to first say there are some situations where you do want to be perfect. And yesterday I was watching this documentary about El Capitan and which is a rock face in Yosemite Park. And it was a documentary on Alex Holden, who was the first person to climb Yosemite without a rope. And it's like 4,000 feet of just vertical climbing. And in his situation, if he made any mistake at all, it would be life-threatening. So, and for him, he had to do it perfectly, or he would die. And it literally took him 8 or 9 years of going back and forth thinking about it and practicing it before he was willing to do it. And even so, recognizing that he might die at any moment while he was climbing it. And so, what I would say is that for something like that, it is absolutely important to be perfect. If your life is, if it's a life or death situation, then definitely that is something that you would want to do. But in most situations in our lives, we don't need to be perfect, and it actually is quite detrimental to us because it keeps us from connecting with other people. And so the truth about perfectionism is that it's not for us. It's really to protect us from other people and what they think of us. So perfectionism is a defense mechanism or an armor that we put up because we feel that if we're perfect, other people won't see fault in us, and they won't be able to judge us, or they won't be able to see what we might see as defective in us. So it's not about us at all. It's really about how we see other people. And I'm just going to wave at you. I'm going to just click on this. And so perfectionism, it isn't about us. And the other thing is that when we focus on perfectionism, we're not able to be vulnerable. And vulnerability is where, when we are vulnerable, we are able to love. We are able to find belonging. We are able to be uniquely ourselves. We are able to be creative. And that's not something that we can be when we're focused on perfectionism, because to be vulnerable, we have to be willing to let go and to do things regardless of what other people are thinking, or even when we might show up in ways that might feel uncomfortable to us. And so, hi, Marla. It was good to see you today. So what I want to say around perfectionism is that it's also, besides being a defense mechanism, and being about other people, and also that it keeps us from belonging and love and creativity. The third thing is that it's, and it's so difficult. It's true. I think, if you want to say more about that, I think, honestly, it's difficult to be perfect, and it's also difficult to feel like you have to be, which is what I feel like when I do this. Hi, Tamara. I love seeing you too, Marlo. But the third thing about perfectionism is that it's often unnecessary. So oftentimes we don't need to do things perfectly. And when we try to do them perfectly, we might be doing them a lot slower. We might be focusing on things that don't really matter. Like I'm thinking about motherhood and parenting, how, to be vulnerable and let go of perfectionism. Yeah, it is really difficult to do that. I agree. I'm having trouble with that right now, but I am doing it. And so we do things slower, and we're not as effective, and it takes more energy. And I think the way to get around it is just to recognize that perfectionism isn't for us, it's for others, and that if we can stay connected to the experience, if we can just do the best that we can, if we can focus on healthy striving, if we can also then let go of the idea that this is connected to our worth. You know, our worth is not connected to what we do. Our worth is something that we have regardless of what we do. And so we don't need to put our worth into it. We can do the best we can, and we can let go. And we can be kind to ourselves when we notice that we're starting to beat ourselves up, or when we're feeling like we should have been better, we should have done it differently. And we can also show up more and more like this so that we can allow other people to do that as well. So those are the things that I want to share with you. You know, if you're climbing El Capitan, if you're in a situation that's life or death, then yes, be as perfect as you can. But if you're in a different situation, if it's just your everyday life, if it's your everyday life, see what you can do to do the best you can in this situation, which may be the best you can and may also be, you know, good enough. And then also see if you can enjoy the experience. So those are my thoughts. I'm a mindset coach. I work with women who feel like they're never measuring up, to get out of their own way so they can take inspired action and still live the version of their life that they want. I'm also a recovering perfectionist, and doing these videos really helps me to kind of stay connected to being in recovery. So thank you so much for watching, and if this is something that you struggle with and you want to learn more about coaching and how we can partner together, feel free to connect with me. And also just feel free to share your comments or to connect as well. You can find me at sylviademott.com. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.